What's going on, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to Olsen Auto, and in today's video I'm going to be going over 7 things that I hate about my 1990 third generation Honda Prelude. Before I get into the video, guys, if you haven't already, click the card in the upper right corner, enter yourself into my GoPro Hero 7 Black giveaway. It is totally free to enter. That card will bring you to the video that talks all about how to enter, how to get extra entries, and what exactly you're winning. I'm doing it in honor of reaching 250 subscribers, so be sure you click that video, learn how to enter, and enter yourself. Also, share that video with your friends, your family, your dog, your car, I don't care. Share it with everyone you know. But without further ado, let's get into why I hate this Honda Prelude. So the first reason that I hate my 1990 Honda Prelude, it is absolutely, and this is not an understatement, impossible to find parts for this car. Now, as you guys saw in one of my last videos, I did actually go and look at another Prelude. It was blue, it had a body kit. I didn't show it on camera, but I've only ever seen maybe 10 other third gen Preludes in my life. I've owned 2 of them, and it's just incredibly hard to find the car, and the parts are even harder. A while back, I had a problem with the camshaft in this car, and I actually had to get the one that's in it machined because buying a new one wasn't an option. It's not that it was too expensive, it's literally impossible to find the part. And that's not just with the camshaft, this is with a bunch of other parts, the radiator fan timer, the CYL sensor, which is a sort of cam positioning sensor for the ignition timing. There's a whole slew of parts that you just cannot find for this car, and it makes it super annoying to try and work on. Another thing that I hate about having a 1990 Honda Prelude, and this sort of goes for any car that you treat nicely or really respect, I kind of do it to the same with my Accord. However, having to park far away. Especially with this car, it's very noticeably not a normal 2-door Honda. Most people don't even know it's a Honda, so they always try to park next to me, and also shopping carts are like my enemy, so I always park as far away as possible, and it's really annoying about having a cool car, or at least a car that's hard to find parts for, such as this one. If I have to replace a panel, it's almost impossible, so everything has to be done through bodywork rather than just replacing a panel. It's just a little thing, but it is super annoying. One thing you may notice about this Honda Prelude when you look in the interior, there are absolutely no cup holders in this entire car. That's right, there's not a single one. Although there are ashtrays in the back seat, you will not find a place to put your Shamrock Shake. It seems really minor and really stupid, but I have spilled a few drinks in this car. Luckily, they've landed on the floor mats, which I'm okay with because they're rubber floor mats. However, having to use the center area between the e-brake and the passenger seat as a cup holder is inefficient, to say the least. Even if I go out to get one drink, I usually have to get a drink tray, and they look at me like I'm stupid. So it's a little annoying. It's just the tiniest little thing, and I'm sure I could put a cup holder in here. But the fact that it doesn't come with one from the factory is just funny and also annoying. One of the things you may hear besides the fan that's still running behind me, not sure why that's happening, but whatever. Anywho, besides the slew of wiring problems, I'm not even going to list that as a thing, but the B series are notoriously noisy engines. The B series, in this case the B21A1, is actually a very ticky engine. The clearances, when you look in any Honda handbook for the valve lash, are set pretty high, so it gives you some wiggle room so you don't accidentally fry your valves when you're setting your valve lash. But there are noisy engines. Not to mention mine's already had a full rebuild on the bottom end and everything else. But that's just how these B series are. The B16, the B18, the B20, they're all pretty noisy engines. Again, not the end of the world, but it's something that sort of sits in the back of your mind, making you wonder if your engine's about to blow up or not. So, one of the other things that I hate about driving a 30-year-old Honda is there's absolutely no information on the internet about it. Now, that shouldn't really be surprising, and it's not, but it kind of correlates with the whole you can't find parts for it problem, and even if you manage to find parts, good luck finding information on how to install them, or what they even do. It took me a couple weeks just to figure out what one of the sensors did, only to find out that you can't buy the sensor anyway, even if you wanted to replace it. Not to mention, it's the one sensor in the car that's known to leak oil on almost every third gen Prelude. So finding information, whether it's a wiring diagram, how-to videos, or anything like that, pretty much impossible for this car, so you're gonna figure it out the hard way. Now the last 2 problems and things that I hate about this 1990 Honda Prelude is that people think they're worth millions. People will try to sell you this car with rod knock, leaking remain seals, and every other problem you can imagine for $2,000. Now, I'll be honest, they are rare vehicles, and especially if you have the four-wheel steer model or something else like that, they can be worth a bit more. However, it's still a 30-year-old Honda with a 4-cylinder. Yes, it may look good. No, it doesn't go any bit faster than a Civic. I don't understand why people think they're worth so much money. I paid $1,000 for mine, running, driving, registered it within a week. Granted, it had a few problems with it. I was able to fix all of them with pretty much no concern. So it's just one of those things to take into account if you ever debate buying one of these, is it's really hard to find one for a good deal. Now, the last problem, and it's not really a problem, but it's just a little bit annoying, is when people ask what you drive. A lot of people didn't even know the Prelude existed as a Honda model, especially non-car people. So when people ask what you drive and you say you drive a 1990 Honda Prelude, they start asking a lot of questions. The short answer for me is it's a cooler, sportier Accord, but that's really not the case. Although it does look sort of similar to the same generation Accord, which I believe is the 3rd or 4th generation Accord, they're nowhere near the same. They have different engines, transmissions. Everything is different, the chassis is built different, almost nothing is the same except for the general shape of the car. So many people don't know what you're driving, and it does get a little annoying. But those are some of the things that I hate and dislike about my 1990 Honda Prelude. Guys, if you like this video, be sure to drop a like. Comment down below something you hate about your car. If you want to see my next video, subscribe, click the notification bell. If you want to be entered to win my giveaway, click that card in the upper right hand corner at the beginning of the video. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.